Joining us this morning is the Executive Director of the Titusville YWCA. We have Ashleigh English with us. Morning, Ashleigh. How are you?
Good, good.
Good to see you this morning.
It's good to see you.
There's so much going on.
There is. We have a ton going on. Tonight we have a pajama party for little girls. I just one day thought, wouldn't that be fun? I don't want to do a slumber party. I can't do overnight, but we're going to do a pajama party tonight. This is the first try of this one. But should be lots of fun. So there's no school tomorrow in Titusville. So we just thought this is a great night. Get kids out. Pretty much, I think our crowd's going to be probably 4 to 10 years old. They come in their pajamas and we'll dance and do crafts and we'll play games and just have a great time. So that's tonight at the YWCA. Last Friday, we had our daddy-daughter dance, which has become a tradition for us. And just absolutely amazing. Those girls had a great time. Dads did a great job bringing the girls out. It's just a really special event that we look forward to every year because those girls are just in awe. And like we said, there's lots of grandpas, there's uncle, there's friends of the family. It's not necessarily always dad, but it's just that girl is the focal point of that night. And, so many of them had little corsages on and were dressed up. And I know we heard different venues that had, they were eating dinner at. And
that's really cool.
So it really is a great night and really, me and my staff, absolutely, that's the one we really look forward to. Not that we don't love all of them. It's kind of like, what's your favorite color,
Yeah.
But, because we like all of them. But
what's your favorite kid?
yeah. But it's definitely one of the ones that we really look forward to and we like. And then next Friday, Moms and Sons. So that's a little different. The girls just love to dance. They dance and move around. Boys, lots of wrestling, but they'll dance too. But it's a little different event.
But that's very special for moms.
It's a special night for moms, and again, it's a great night. It's just like I said, the boys are a little more into let's wrestle, and everything becomes a sword. But it's still a lot of fun. So. So tonight's pajama party. Next Friday night, we have the mom-son dance. We are starting, I'm working with Stacy Ross. We just wanted to do a little bit of after school as the weather's still kind of yucky out. So we're going to do a Be a Smarty Pants class that kids can come over right after school. So it's a 1st through 5th grade program. Or did we say kindergarten? I don't know. We said 1st through 4th, okay. And we're going to do a lot of science, math, just things that are fun, storytelling, spend an hour or so just making learning fun and giving kids something to do in the after-school hours until hopefully the weather breaks and we can all get outside. And
you mean breaks again?
Breaks again, because we know, we still have chances of 2 more months of winter here. So snow is not uncommon in mid-April, so we'll see where we're at. So that's going on. March 11th is the annual Princess Party. Again, girls come dressed up. Whether they come as a specific princess or they just pull out a dress, maybe they were a flower girl in or whatnot. That's an afternoon party. Always a great time. We try to bring in teenage girls to help us with those programs, and the little girls love seeing the older girls, and I think it's a great program. Actually, I have some middle and high school girls helping me tonight with a pajama party.
Oh,
and that's great because it's just something that they love to see those older girls and interact with. Can
I add something to that real quick? We were just talking about that the other night, girls basketball game we covered. Coach Troop and I were discussing the importance of getting those, because little kids, girls and boys, look up to those high school
kids. Oh, they sure do.
Don't they?
They sure do.
It's fantastic.
And I remember, when my boys were little, when I get to be a rocket, and they love being around those older kids. And then I saw the same thing as my kids were in those high school spots, and little kids that, you know, when the football players go up the stairs and they're all standing there to tap their backs and things like that. So it really is. And I do think as much as you can find some of those opportunities for letting teens, because we've really got a lot of great teenagers, let them be role models and show kids, you know, this is how it's done. This is important stuff, and let them model for them.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and good for you to you know, recognize that and to
So
incorporate
we
them.
try to bring in, like I said, older teen helpers whenever it's feasible. Problem is they're really busy, so getting them to have time for us. End of March, we've got a superhero party coming up, so they'll be able to make a cape. They can leap buildings with a single bound. That's going to be boys and girls, so we're hoping that that's a big success for us. That's Saturday, March 25th. Again, trying just to find some things that kids can do when this weather just is so unpredictable, and being active. I kind of have a no Wi-Fi rule when they come, because they'll be like, "What's the Wi-Fi password?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're good." You know, I said, "Oh, I don't know it," and so we can just have a day where we're just playing, we're hanging out, we're doing things with friends and having a good time. So those are some of our kids' events. We will, the last Sunday of February and the last Sunday of March, from 2 to 4, the high school pool will be open for families. It's a free event. Just, again, we want to make sure that we have an opportunity for kids to get out and be active during these bad weather times. Because even when it's 50, if it's raining, you're not really outside playing or anything like that. So those are some other activities just to keep kids engaged and families active and out doing things. So those are some things we're excited about, looking forward to. Easter egg hunt is April 1st. Ooh. So don't be late, because we put out a couple thousand eggs and they are gone in, like 5 minutes, it's over. It's like, wow, this took weeks to prepare for, and in 5 minutes, it is over. So don't be late, but we're looking forward to that. And we'll also have some other activities going on for the Easter egg hunt, some crafts and games and different things. Maybe say a little prayer for us for good weather, so we're not looking for eggs in the snow. We've kind of gotten into a little fundraiser every year where we egg your house. So again, this is one where I do try to use teens, and they love it because they go out Sunday night before Easter, and if you are getting your house egged, they hide Easter eggs around your yard, maybe plant some lollipops. We'll be getting that posted here pretty soon. And it's just a fun, we make a little bit of money on it, but chocolate's gotten so crazy expensive, and so
and real eggs to throw at somebody's house.
Yeah, that would really be something. Yeah. But so it's just a fun event. So look out for that. We usually have 20 to 30 different families that participate in that, and we'd love to see it grow. But again, what's really fun is usually I get high school kids that go out and hide eggs in the yard. And what's funny is a couple times, moms have set this up and didn't bother to tell dad, and dad will come out like, "Why are you in the yard? Like, why are these kids in my yard?" And it's like, "We're just hiding eggs." So if you do order, please make sure your husband knows that that there will be kids in the yard that evening, that no one's breaking in or anything. Along those lines. So that's going on. March 1st, we have the mobile hygienist that comes to the YWCA. So if you check out our Facebook page, we just give her space. But right now, dental care is really at a premium. Places are so booked up. She takes medical assistant. She also does a fee for service, takes all ages from, 2-year-olds to, well into your senior years. If you still have your teeth, come see her. And it's just a service that we think is important. So we give her space, but that's really and I help promote her. But other than that, so that's going on. March 8th is International Women's Day. So that is a day around the world where we just celebrate women. For a lot of countries, International Women's Day is probably a little bit more like our Mother's Day, but it's for all women. So March is traditionally our annual meeting for YWCA. So we're going to have an open house that evening, maybe a little taco bar, and it is open to, anybody that's interested in learning more about the YWCA, just mingling, talking to board members, welcome you into our beautiful building that we've had for over 100 years. Wow. For an organization to be in the same location for 100 years. We love showing off the building, so that's really great.
And it's used all the time.
It is used all the time. It's so that's a wonderful part. We're going to do so. March 15th is Equal Pay Day in the United States for white women, not women of color. It's further into the year, but we're partnering up with some middle school girls. There's a group of girls that are doing a Go Girl Go campaign with us, and we're going to do a Equal Pay 5K on a Saturday morning. You just show up. We'll have a clock, but it's really just more about getting together, having fun. No fee to participate. We're not doing T-shirts. We'll have, donuts and hot chocolate at the end, and just talk about the YWCA mission. So if you want to participate in that, love to see ya. And then it just goes on, and we're busy right up until the end of the school year, and then we'll start summer programs.
Let's do this real quick. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and listening to it on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Executive Director Ashleigh English with us from the Titusville YWCA. And Ashleigh, there is a lot going on. As we're coming into March, though, you have to be thinking you're 2 months out from the May Dance, and
May Dance will be the Friday after prom. We try to do it the Friday after prom. That way people can just kind of plan their dancing events. So we'll be doing that.
And they should be thinking about summer programs or signing up. I'm talking about Miss Amy and Fun Factory.
Miss Fun Factory, they're starting to get their summer stuff together. So, they can certainly get a hold of us. They'll be starting to plan for summer. And what's really great about the Fun Factory summer program is a lot of those kids that have gone on to K4, they come back for one more summer with Fun Factory. So that's a great time. So like I said, we've been doing some things for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. We're planning a little dance in the spring for them. There too, it's a lot of flag football in the yard, but there's music playing while they're running around. We're going to try again the kickball tournament that we did last year. That was really successful. We had over 80 middle school and high school kids come out. That's part of World No Tobacco Day. Really a fun time. It was sweltering hot, as I remember. So maybe if it was like a nice 70 breezy day would be great instead of, I think it was like 85 and the sun just beat down. But we still had a lot of fun. With United Way, we do plan to open the pool again this summer, those 3 afternoons a week. In June and July. The school district is great in that they really work with us to make it affordable so that we can provide that service. And I think it's a nice just opportunity for a place to cool off a few days a week for kids, a place for them to go. So we'll be doing that.
When you look at community needs, have they changed in the last 6 months, year, or are they pretty much the same needs? Or
recreation wise?
We could hit recreation, but just and maybe what you see in the community in terms of what people are coming to you with their struggles. St. James House. We've talked about that. We've talked about. The programs that you're offering.
I think some of the biggest things, recreation-wise, this town's got it covered. Between, the Arts Council and the theater programs, and then we've got all these new music programs, and we've got the YMCA and the YWCA, and all these rec leagues with softball and baseball and soccer. And so I think recreation-wise, we got it pretty well covered. If you're bored, you're not looking hard enough is kind of
right.
where I'm at with that. But in terms of, one of the big things, and this might sound, when women leave shelter, and a lot of times people don't have income. I mean, they really have no income. They have food stamps, but they don't have income. Because that cash assistance isn't a given anymore. It's not something that just happens. So, doing your laundry can be a big deal. If you don't have a laundry in your home or in your apartment, or maybe even you do, but it's coin operated, that's a big deal. So I keep trying to think about how can we find a good way to help people so they can have clean clothes. Because everybody, that's just a basic human need, and really I feel like a right that you can have clean clothes. Transportation, we've improved transportation a lot, but it's still, and I get it, it's a dollar and cents kind of thing. You have to have the ridership to provide this and to do that, but it's still a huge issue in our rural areas because, buses run till 5. Well, if you're living up on top of a hill and your kids are at practice or want to go to a youth group, or you're really relying on the kindness of others to get you back and forth. Weekends, too, are a big issue for people. There is a bus that CATA provides that will take you to Meadville every Tuesday and Thursday. So that's a great thing. But transportation is a huge issue. And like I always say, it's one thing in June or something to walk yourself out to Walmart or maybe make it up and down those hills. But in January, that's a whole other story, and we do have a lot of low income housing that's located on top of a hill, which is common for all municipalities because that's generally where those have been developed, is more on the outskirts of communities. So those are things that I think are big needs. I'm always going to advocate that we could probably benefit from more mental health services in the area. I think we work hard at it. I think we, but that's a big need. Because I feel like those services need to be as convenient as they can be, so they shouldn't be drudgery to have to access. And a lot of times if you don't have transportation and you don't have money, those are hard appointments for people to have to maneuver around and get to. And we have been lucky because one of the good things of the pandemic was it did open up some telehealth opportunities, but there's talk about if that's going to continue. And for rural areas, that's huge. That's really a big issue. And even for the elderly, being able to use a telehealth that have mobility issues and problems getting, because the CATA bus is there, but they've got to be able to get from their house out to the CATA bus and things like that. So there's just always a lot of need, and as much as we work at things, we can find other things to do. And there's a lot of people that are working to solve those problems. It's just generally the need's greater. And food stamps will go down the 1st of March. So really, I think a lot of us in human services are kind of bracing for what kind of food insecurities people are going to face. Because I know when I go to the grocery store, shocked always by what the prices are now as compared to what they were, a year ago, 2 years ago. So really for people feeding families and then to lose those additional funds, it's going to be a challenge. So
I talked to even retired couples who are saying,
especially,
what?
Yeah, I do think we see that a lot with seniors. They got the big COLA raise with Medicare, but their rent's gone up, their food's gone up, everything's gone up. So it's really kind of a wash for them, if not still a deficit.
So what do you do to prepare for that? I mean, Are you still encouraging folks to drop supplies off for like St. James, or I mean, what?
Well,
do you,
just in general, I think one, you really have to do a lot of planning. We have started again, partner a lot with United Way. I did with Terry when she was there, and now with Stacy Ross. We're doing a program called Getting Ahead. It's a group. We're focusing mainly on women right now, but we're meeting every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Any woman is invited to attend. We don't have childcare, but we're meeting up in our gym area, so kids can be there and just kind of run around a little bit. And we're talking about a lot of different things about budgeting, resume building, job searching, healthy relationships, boundaries, childcare, how to access the different systems. So I would invite, come have a cup of coffee with us and join in that group. I don't really know how you really do a lot of preparation besides, really focusing on budgeting and how you're spending your money and looking at those types of things. And we know this, the research is there, how people who have lived in poverty look at money, how middle class looks at money, how the wealthy look. It's very different of how folks use their funds. And so a lot of it, too, is helping people that have traditionally lived in poverty figure out how do you maneuver in a middle-class world.
Ashley, if folks have any questions, they want to support the YW, how do they get a hold of you?
One, like I said, I keep saying I'm going to get better at social media, but I'm a Facebook fiend because I just haven't taken the time to learn a lot of the other platforms. You can always give us a call. You can reach out to us with email. You can message us on Facebook. Or just stop by.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.